There are those who are saying that what we are seeing at the moment is purely a political agitation. It's a farmers' agitation limited to a few pockets of the country, particularly Punjab. It's not a national agitation. The farmers of Punjab may be angry, but not the country. It's now a political agitation directed against the Modi government.
Rajdeep, first of all, I really don't think any political party, opposition political party, has the heft to actually create a farmers' movement of this kind. I have traveled through this movement. I have traveled in Haryana. I have traveled in Punjab. And the fact is, opposition parties, mainstream opposition parties like Congress and other big parties, they are completely absent. And frankly, if they had this kind of strength to mobilize farmers at this scale, they wouldn't be sitting where they are sitting in Lok Sabha today. So let's forget about them. I think what we've witnessed today has nailed 2 or 3 lies. The first lie is that this is something which was done in farmers' interest. Now you have lakhs of farmers out there on the street saying this cannot possibly be in our interest, unless all of them are idiots and certified lunatics. Something is clearly wrong. I think after today we must not debate that.
No, but why only Punjab? Why is it very Punjab-centric? Why are majority of these farmers who are agitating from Punjab? Is it because that is where the greatest fear is, that the administrative price mechanism, if it is dismantled, that's where those farmers will be most affected?
That's the second point I was coming to, Rajdeep. I think today has also given a lie to the fact that it's only Punjab. There is no doubt that farmers of Punjab are in vanguard, and I, on behalf of all the farmers of this country, salute them. They have shown the way, they have led the way. But I was just going through, I was detained, so I've been released about an hour ago, and I was going through the WhatsApp group of my All India Kisan Sangharsh Committee WhatsApp group. And I have reported, Rajdeep, of protests today from Tamil Nadu, from Karnataka, from Telangana, from Orissa, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, of course, and Bengal. So the scales are uneven. Absolutely. I do not for a minute suggest that they have reached the kind of stage that Punjab has reached. But Rajdeep, you've been watching politics for quite some time. Tell me, when was the last time any movement in this country reached the kind of level of popular mobilization that Punjab farmers' agitation has reached today? To compare that with everything else may not be quite fair. The fact is that today we have seen that the fever of Punjab has infected the farmers in all over the country. And today when farmers from the rest of the country witness these pictures, I think this is bound to spread further. The government says, yeah.
Let me come back to you in a moment, because I just want R.P. Singh to respond to those pictures that you just spoke about. R.P. Singh, these are the pictures that are being shown across TV channels today. Water cannons, this is winter, early winter, being fired on farmers. Barricades, farmers being picked up, detained. I'm not saying this is the first time governments have fired fire cannons. They've done it in the past as well. But the question of water cannons, Mr. R.P. Singh, is quite simply this. Are we saying that the government of India cannot talk to farmer leaders? It's been a couple of months now since you amended the farm laws. It has led to a disquiet among a section of farmers. It's not necessarily all India, but surely any good government would talk to its farmers, be compassionate towards them, rather than spray them with water cannons?
Rajdeep, before I start coming to the issue which is the water cannon, the fire cannon, you use the word fire cannon, I don't know where did the fire cannon came from. I remember a fire cannon last time was used on Namdari 6 during British time, not thereafter, when almost 62 Namdaris were killed. But that's point aside. Coming to the issue, Rajdeep, are you for farmers or are you against farmers? Do you want farmers to progress or not? Do you want farmers to have a better life or not? Or do you still want farmers to still stay in those 60s and 70s and 80s where they have been exploited, or for example, till a few years back where they have been exploited by certain section of people for their personal objective?